I got one.
I can't see.
Welcome to Collectors Hideout podcast, where we think shit's funny and you probably don't. Tonight I'm joined by Billy, Stu, and whoever the fuck else the killers were in the other Scream movies. What's up, guys? No, nothing? No response? Cool. Thanks. Appreciate that. And just so people aren't like, oh, where's everybody? Psycho's here. He's just not cool and couldn't wear a mask, apparently. Weirdo.
I have one. I just don't know where it is.
Yeah. That's what they all say. So
It is.
tonight we are discussing Trick or Treat. We all watched it. Psycho had never seen it. He watched it for the first time. Zero Cool hadn't seen it till recently, so he's fresh to it. And Tony and I and Johnny have seen it probably more times than we've seen a lot of other things. So, as much as I love this idea of the masks, I'm already hating life in it because it's getting hot. So I'm taking mine off. I don't know if everybody's joining me on that, but yeah, that's Jesus Christ. Like my eyeballs are fogging.
It's like a mass disrobing.
Yes, 'cause my
Mass
eyeballs
disrobing,
are fucking
yeah.
steaming up. I don't like that.
I'm sweaty in weird spots.
Keep that to yourself.
And Johnny's like, fuck it, I'm going all in. Keep it, Johnny. Do it. Like, when you look at Johnny's face, the fucking the mask part is like black, but it looks like his beard still. Like it's still Johnny.
I just
Does
can't
this
cover
look-
up my adorable face. I mean, if we're being honest.
Oh yeah.
That's the moneymaker, baby. You can't cover that up. So we'll shill for the quick sponsorship. You know, Crown, where you at, baby? Hit us up. Tony, do you need your sponsorship? Or you?
So I actually, I gave up on Smirnoff. It's been 2 videos and no watchers. So I'm going to guess that they don't want to be part of it. So today I'm drinking vodka, but I'm also drinking Sun Cruiser, the official seltzer of people over 40.
Honestly, with you and how well I've been getting to know you, I'm surprised it's not a White Claw. So,
Wow.
Wow.
Hey,
Starting off strong with this show today.
thank you, Whitney.
Thank you.
Oh, it would have been better if everybody was wearing the goddamn mask. So
Listen, in everyone's life, a little rain must fall. Let this be your downpour.
Jesus.
he's said that since like 7th grade. It's nothing.
That's true. I did.
Down. Like it's.
I could tell you, cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it if you prefer that.
7th grade too. So like like the old Pee Wee Herman dolls when he pulled the fucking thing on his back and he says the same bullshit. Boom. That's that.
Yeah, these
right
all
there.
sound like lyrics to a Candlebox song. So I'm just throwing that shit out there.
Does anybody here know what Candlebox is? Besides
Fuck
Tony?
I do.
all.
It's a band.
Well, I would have assumed
It,
that.
it was a band.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty good at context clues. Like, oh, that's the
Well,
lyrics
I mean-
to that. I'll be like, oh, what is that? An artist? Is he paints? Fuck no. All right, so Trick or Treat. I watched it yesterday for a refresher because I haven't seen it probably since last year, and it was everything I remember it being. It fills me with joy. So
I mean, we pretty much watch it every year. So Tammy and I watched it a couple of weeks ago, and I actually watched it again this morning.
I'm sorry.
Whenever I need a good Anna Paquin rub, I'll put it on.
So, first, I want to apologize to Psycho. When we were informing him that we're going to do this, he showed his dislike of the idea because he doesn't like horror movies. So this is going to be very much a 4 against 1 type of thing, most likely. But I didn't know
Call
you
that
were
a gangbang,
trying to
but
watch
go
it.
ahead.
Huh?
It wouldn't be the first time I was surrounded by ignorance. It's okay.
I usually hear Mandigo Party, but
I heard immigrants, but that's
He's-
fine.
He sits on the couch by himself with all his buddies behind him. Yeah, that's where Psycho goes. So, but I did want to apologize, sir, because I didn't realize you were going to try and watch it at school, and then you mentioned it to me, and I completely forgot that there's nudity in it.
Yeah,
You tried to
well,
watch
again,
it in school?
I get to school. I get to work by 7:30 in the morning, and I don't have students for the first time until about 3 minutes to 10. So I got nothing to do, and I usually watch movies in the morning. And the nudity wasn't that over the top.
No, it's not over the top, but I just forgot that because
Now,
when I was watching it yesterday and it started, and the first they showed like the porno scene, and when the guys watch it, then they show later on, and there's another scene where there's titties, and I'm like, oh shit, Psycho was watching this at school. I hope
I was
like
gonna say
nobody
that.
just happened to walk in, or like there's not a camera in his classroom. It's like, oh, there's John watching titties.
The audio of that though would have been concerning at a school.
Oh yeah, from that one scene, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this: I've watched the movie a lot, and I watched it last night. I think more closely than I have in the past because of this episode. So I wanted to pick out, maybe things I've missed, to really see things and notate things. But one thing I noticed is that watching it, I don't, even for watching it last year, I don't remember the stories chopping up so much in my mind because I've seen it so many times. Like I know the stories and how they go. So I've frequently remember it as like you watch the first story, the second story, the third story, and then you're done. But they like go back and forth between the stories throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, I gotta say that surprised me because I had always heard that the segments were individual and you went from one to the next, and that's not how it was at all. Actually, I didn't.
Holy shit! I'm saving that clip.
Well,
I think he
Well,
hurt himself.
I don't know. For me, I felt like it's like kind
hold
of
on.
one big
How is
tie.
Johnny gonna just walk away from John getting attacked by fucking Stay Puft?
I mean, what's up,
And get
Stay Puft?
replaced.
Well, I mean, they're looking for some ladies. He is a sailor, so
That was fucking.
that was
amazing.
hilarious.
Welcome to
Jesus.
the cast.
I want to assume it's Mrs. Psycho, but it could be some Cuban guy as well because he is up there. So
That was fantastic. Either way, I like the style.
It's like at first I'm just like, oh yeah, all right, no, that's cool. Their costume, no, support it, but the fucking yoking out the chair.
Nobody else. The way he just got fucking ripped out of the chair.
It looked like he went down hard.
So this is in my mind now. The canon of John sat there. He talked to, I'm assuming who's Mrs. Psycho. He talked to her like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be funny. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then she gets in the suit. She's like, oh, this is my chance to really yoke his ass. All the pent up tension I've had for years. Come here, mother.
I'm just glad he's still wearing the jumpsuit.
Yep.
That was hilarious.
Did you use the
Any-
opportunity to spray some unpleasant scent into the fan like they're doing?
Oh, bro, those videos have me dying. Have you seen them, Tony?
Where they like fart into somebody's costume.
And the person just
Spray,
goes batshit crazy.
The fart spray, yeah. Now, as I was saying before, I got viciously attacked for no reason.
Viciously.
It was definitely surprising to me because when you had described it, when Tony described it a little bit, having never seen it, it sounded like you were going to move from one segment to another, and the only thing that kind of stayed consistent was that Sam appeared in each segment. But then watching it, that's not how it was at all. Like the segments jumped around a lot, and different characters appeared in different segments, and it was just, I gotta say, I was expecting a little more like fluid consistency. But I didn't think it jumped around so much it was hard to follow or anything.
No, I don't think it was hard to follow. Like I said, I just don't because I've seen it so many times, so I know the stories, right? So I'm like, I know the way the stories go. So in my mind, I can visually see each story as a whole. That's where my mind sees it. And I was like, oh shit, I don't remember it like really jumping around this much. But I know the times that Tony and I have discussed it on the cast, we've always said that there's characters that go between the two stories. Like they intertwine the stories. It's not just Sam that connects everything. Like he's intertwined, but it's his story.
He is a constant.
Yeah, but it's like his story is like the thread of all of them, but there's characters from each story amongst all of them.
They're all connected. It's a bigger circle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So I know Tony have always mentioned that they multiples, but I can see how expecting the linear and then getting
Welcome, Kitty.
the hello, Kitty.
No, there was God, I can't remember. There was some sort of movie around that time era, actually years before that. It was it won a big award because it kind of did the same thing where it did all these sequences. All these characters tie into a bigger story. They all have their individual stories. It's like, so it's pretty much doing that same thing, just in a horror aspect.
So the one thing that I wanted to try and figure out, and I was so busy at work that I couldn't look it up. There's they have the rules of Halloween. I can't remember off the top of my head what all the rules are, but is each story basically one of the rules being broken?
Not that I think. I think that multiple rules were broken in different stories.
But there's usually there's the underlining, right? So you have the check your candy. So the first one, well, not the first one, but the one the fat kid, he didn't check his candy.
All right.
Then you have the very first thing with the
Did you
whole
take notes?
He said he took notes.
I did. Yeah.
He came
Jesus
prepared to hate.
Christ.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna hate on this shit, and I'm gonna have the proof to hate on.
Nobody else got that. He just went, hold on, let me get my maps from the 18th century and get them out so I can go over this with you guys.
Well, at least it's not a scroll.
Right.
That would
hold on.
That would have been fucking. If he pulled
My
out his
decree.
here's my list. It just
Article
unrolls.
2, Section 3.
Oh my God! I didn't mean to interrupt. So where were we at?
Chris was talking about
I was
the
just asking
rules.
about the rules. If each story was kind of focused on a different rule being broken, because there's 4 rules of Halloween.
Well, here are the rules that I got. Right, always wear a costume.
Or a condom.
Say trick or treat. Give candy. Don't go trick or treating alone. Respect the houses. Don't ring the doorbell if the porch lights are off. Don't eat candy until it was checked.
Yeah, that's more. I thought they only did. Okay, sure, I'm with it. It's a lot of them.
I feel like some of these were implied. He's pulling it out of it.
Yeah, no, some of these were absolutely implied. The main ones were something about a costume, something about giving candy, keep decorations, including jack-o'-lanterns, up.
You have to keep the jack-o'-lantern
after
lit.
midnight, and then you have to always respect the dead. Those are the main 4, but the rest of them were implied.
Because that's what I was like. Did Sam really? Because obviously in the very beginning you see him go after the woman, who at fucking 10 o'clock at night is oh, I'm gonna just start undecorating because I have family coming over. Who the fuck does that? She deserved to die. So
God damn.
She also hated Halloween. We can't forget that. She took it down because she hated Halloween. And
she even said, "I hate her." Yeah.
I know. I understand what she said, but I'm just saying, who the fuck? It's oh, on Christmas, Christmas night, you're oh man, it's 10 o'clock at Christmas. Check all the decorations down. What? Who does that? A hater.
I knew people that had Christmas back in totes the day after Christmas or the day of Christmas.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Well, you got
Tony, you're a weird little man.
You
No,
have
the day
no
after
room for
Christmas,
it.
I just clean things up because I know that when I go back to work, I don't want to be one of those people.
So the day after Christmas, you go and take down your Christmas lights outside?
Well, I only have easy stuff, so yeah.
It's got to at least stay till New Year's.
Exactly. Right. It's always been the tradition I grew up with is as after New Year's, you can take it down. It's actually
12
not
days
even
of Christmas. It's the 25th and the 12 days after.
No, there's also there was I can't remember the name of it now, but we had to leave our shoes out in a hallway, and then they would leave coins and candies in your shoes.
I'm what, you elves? Are they cobblers?
No, it was I can't remember the
out.
name of it off the top of my head.
remake
Growing up, that was and I think it was This is like 3 or 4 days
Were
after
you
New Year's.
visited by leprechauns cleaning your shoes? Like, what the fuck?
No, it's a thing. I can't remember the name of the holiday. Like,
We had the best wooden shoes.
Sounds like a Jan holiday. You should
God
ask
damn.
him next time we talk.
hold on,
So-
I'm gonna.
All right, so
So sideways.
okay, I know.
Sorry.
You guys fucked me
Yeah,
up.
so far there's been giant marshmallows and wooden shoes. This has been a hell of a cast.
No one said wooden shoes. You just assumed wooden shoes.
That's true. You're like, oh, we got to talk about my clogs. Like, no, Tony, we don't have to talk about fucking clogs. So then let's start with one of the people who just recently saw the movie for the first time. So I know Psycho's going to hate on it, and I'll give him his chance. Joe, what did you enjoy most from that movie, from Trick or Treat?
I mean, other than Anna Paquin, I think the way that they transitioned the werewolves was pretty unique and interesting. It's not like your classic, you're transforming into a werewolf. They're peeling skin off and they were revealing a werewolf. Like, whoa, what is that? That was pretty impressive.
No, go ahead, Johnny.
I was gonna say, a lot of people talk about like with the top 5 werewolf transformations. Everyone always mentioned, an American Werewolf in London, right?
Sure.
But honestly, that transformation from that movie, for me, in my opinion at least, is up there in that top 5. Because I love how they just literally they're tearing the flesh off like you're taking off clothes. Like it's a meat suit, like literally just.
That's exactly what it was. Fucking meat suit.
So
Yeah.
Anna Paquin's character, Red Riding Hood, is she on? So she's on top of the vampire. Is that vampire the principal too?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So she's on top of him, and then the one werewolf goes behind and takes her nail and just unzips her back. I'm like, whoa, what just happened? And I thought it was pretty amazing that it went like that. It was just nuts.
Yeah, I
So-
thought really cool scene.
It was bloody hair. Like it wasn't like, a nice, well-mained, hair. It was like you're literally coming out of skin. I'm like, wow, that's really, really impressive.
It's one of those things that I've always enjoyed seeing, but then like I said, last night I was watching it a little closer, like really trying to pick things out. And part of me was like, hold on, how does that fucking make sense? Like, it's a cool look, but it's like, how the fuck did he get it back on? Like, because later you find out, they're the ones driving the cars. Like, how did these bitches get all that skin back on it? They just tore and cut through that shit to get it off. Like, it's a cool scene, but it's like, hold on, does it like just grow back? Like,
Maybe, maybe that's how it. Maybe it just grows back. Maybe it. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too. It would have been nice if they showed it.
But then the other thing of it that I found interesting is that you see, and it could be because Anna Paquin was, I guess, her first time doing this, right? Because all the other ones, they just like kind of took their skin off and then they were wolves. But Anna Paquin, and it could probably just be the budget constraints too. She's the only one you see when she puts her face up. Her face actually kind of morphs into a wolf,
Mm-hmm.
and then she attacks. So I said maybe it's because it's her first time. It's a different way for her because she was the virgin. But I thought that was actually a very good-looking wolf face transformation.
Yeah, and she didn't fully transform, did she? Her back split and her face transformed, and then she went to town eating the principal.
Yeah, she never took like her skin off and stuff.
Yeah, but the others doing it in the background, like the cheerleader taking her legs off. I'm like, wow, that's scarring and amazing all at once.
I was good with it, man. I like the transitions. I like you said, it was the attention to detail there where the hair was bloody and matted. That I think that's one of the as silly as a thing as it was. That attention to detail didn't even need to be there, but because it was, that scene was that much more powerful.
And go ahead, Psycho. You can hate now.
I mean,
Cool.
I don't know where you
So-
want me to start.
We're
Like-
talking about the werewolves.
Yeah, I mean, so
Holy shit! It's like my divorce hearing. Go for it.
yeah, I was very underwhelmed and unimpressed for pretty much the majority of the movie. And while the werewolf transformation scene was cool,
Okay, that's a positive.
like while the werewolf transformation scene was cool, I didn't think that it was
We'll get to that, Tim.
I didn't think that it was as mind-blowing as what you guys think, right? Like and again, I'm not a horror movie fan, and I obviously have not watched as many horror movies as you have, but personally, I believe that they did the werewolf transformation in the American Werewolf in London way better because it was all practical and there was no practicality in the transformation in this movie. None of it. It was all CG. It was not impressive. The bloody matted hair was fine, but you see that shit with babies being born in movies, right? Like if they couldn't get that done, but they can get it done with a baby in a movie, I don't know. I'm not impressed by that. My mind's not blown. Right? I don't see it. We saw people taking legs off of people in the Simpsons Halloween special, right? When Maggie's an alien baby, all of a sudden she just reaches down and pops both of her legs off because she doesn't need them. She has tentacles. Like it again. I didn't think there was anything there that was mind blowing. Right? In my notes, I wrote specifically, lots of the set pieces are cool, but they don't make logical sense. And I don't need to repeat it because one of you guys said the same thing. Like, how did they get the skin back on? Right? Like, so you tear it off, it's there. What mechanism do you have for it to come back on? How does it even make sense now that in a short period of time it could come back on? Like it's just, I don't know.
You know, something when you mentioned that, it kind of reminded me. There's this show on Netflix. What's it called? Hemlock Grove, where they kind of copied that werewolf transformation, where the werewolf is coming out of the skin. And again, when they revert to being a human, it does the same thing. It just sheds that skin. So it could be that same instance as well.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say, because even in a lot of the werewolf movies, you usually see the werewolf. You don't see them grab like their arm and like rip their skin off, but you see the skin rip,
split,
they start,
and the hair
it
comes
gets
out.
split, it gets distorted, and it just kind of they never show like the pile of skin laying on the floor, but the skin got ripped, so it had to go somewhere, right? So I guess it's still the same concept. It's just that these bitches was like, oh, this is coming off anyways. Let me help it. They just like rip that shit off like a rubber.
I just want to interrupt you for 1 second because my wife wanted me to show you guys that Green Goblin is ready for Halloween. He's got his trick-or-treat bucket and everything, and my wife wanted to make sure that you guys saw it on the collector cast.
It would be really funny if she's like busted in, like knocked you over to show us that though, like just took you out for a second time.
Nice, that would have been cool. just to show it off, and it's all right. Now back to
Yeah, like I'm getting old, so I don't know that I could take being tackled, multiple times.
By the way, Tony,
Yes.
the holiday with the shoes, right? It's actually Three Kings Day, so you leave out your shoes for the three wise men or the three kings. They come out there and they leave gifts, like in your shoes.
I don't like
Okay,
those gifts
so-
in my shoes.
This cast is about trick or treat, but I don't remember that aspect of Three Kings Day when I learned about Three Kings Day in Epcot. But it sounds
like
possible.
Yeah, like January. It's like January 5th. But then after that, you take down all your Christmas shit.
Well, your
Fair.
shoes are better now, so you can
So-
walk around and do that.
Wow.
So go ahead.
No. But maybe like I said, maybe that's the sequence for the werewolves transforming back. Is they
Get away
just
from there.
shed it the same way. They shed their flesh.
Very well could be. But then where the hell does her head go?
Got to
That's a
be
big
some
ass
kind of
skull.
lore that
Oh,
maybe
confused.
werewolf lore where that's how they transform. I don't know.
No, but it then at the same time, it's a case of really overthinking a movie where these things are just real, right? Like
I feel like
it's
we're
really
drifting
being
away
overthought.
from the point, which was
Really
to
being
talk about
overthought.
what we thought about the movie.
So okay, since Psycho, obviously he hated most of it. what did you actually like about it? How about that? What should be something that we all didn't like? Like, nah, yeah, actually, I didn't like that part.
I mean, to be fair, I thought that the majority of the acting in the movie was pretty good. I thought that the character actors played their parts pretty well. I thought some of the like I said, the set designs were cool. Like I thought the set designs were cool, the set pieces were cool. But again, I just thought that there were a lot of times where they would set something up, but there was no reason for it. There was no logic behind it. And I think Joe just said something about lore, right? Like there was lore there, but we don't know. And I think that was one of my biggest problems. There were a lot of things where there should be lore that had you known the lore, it would have made things make a little more sense. You would have you would have understood things more,
Like
but
what?
it was missing. Right? Like, so, okay. So at the beginning of the cast, sorry.
Just one thing I remember watching it the first time, right? When you watch that movie for the first time, you don't know what to expect.
Okay.
Right? I'm not saying go watch it a second night. Do what you want. But I always realize that, especially in movies like that, when I've watched it second, third, fourth time, I pick up on things that they explain that you don't realize they're explaining because you don't know where it's going. Right? So like
I mean, I can see that.
right? So it's like even the werewolf one, because that's the one we were recently talking about. When they show them like when they're trying on their costumes, you don't know that they're werewolves, right? You just it's girls wearing horror costumes for Halloween, talking about sex and stuff. But then like the things they started saying, like when they're getting changed, are like, oh, it all tastes delicious. Now watching it a second time, knowing that they're werewolves and hearing what they're talking about, you start realizing, oh, they were letting people know the entire time from the beginning that they were werewolves and that they have like this process that they have to do. And it's like it's interesting when you go back a second time watching, you start picking up on those things throughout all the stories where you start seeing like, oh, they were really like foreshadowing, but we didn't know they were foreshadowing because we had no idea to listen for that as like a clue as to what the hell was going to happen because you had no idea where it was going to go.
The only thing in that movie, and it's the only sequence that isn't tied tighter than everything else. So like the kids, and I mean the kids, I mean like we'll call them the ghost kids, right? The ghost kids, the bus driver Sam, oh my god, the kids going around getting the pumpkins, the fat kid knocking over the pumpkins, like all that stuff. Those are all tied together more than once in the movie. The only group that's not are the werewolves. The only time the werewolves are tied into the movie is because Anna Paquin has a date with the principal. That's the only reason they're even tied into the movie at all.
No,
She doesn't have a date with the principal.
yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
No, well, she does have. He follows her through
Yes.
the woods. But here's what he means. That's the only time that the stories cross, except you hear the wolves howl when the kids are going down into the quarry.
Yep.
Yep.
And one of the kids says werewolves.
Yeah, the one with I would assume some type of autism or whatever her ailment.
I guess you
was
should say there's no
supposed to be.
visible tie. Like there's
Well,
no
I mean, you
visible
also
tie
see
to
the
them.
werewolves. I thought you also saw the werewolves in the crowd when the girl gets attacked by the principal that you don't know is the principal. When he like bites her neck and stuff and she's bleeding, and then he sets the
walk
body.
by.
He sets the body on the ground like next to the drunk people, and he starts walking off. And as he walks off, the shot pans out, and you see the group of the werewolves minus Anna Paquin, right? In the crowd as they're heading out away, like back. They're heading towards the back of the town, which I assumed was to the woods. Like you see them in there.
And then later on, obviously, you see that they're the ones who are driving the car. That in the very beginning of the movie, when the girl goes walking past with the wagon, and they almost hit her, it's the werewolves also.
Yeah, that's
But
different.
you are right though. For how intertwined some of the other ones are, their story isn't as intertwined as much. And Sam, he sits there and watches like the killings happen, right? When they're like eating them, he's just sitting there. But I feel like he's like, yo, I don't need to be part of this. I'm just watching this. Like, I feel like it wasn't like really a story he had to intertwine. Because when you start looking at how a lot of these stories intertwine, it's like you have the fat kid, right? You have the fat. Hold on, is that the same fat kid from Elf? Not Elf. Bad
Bad
Santa.
Santa. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to
Okay.
look it up. Yeah, it was them.
All right, so it's the same fat kid from Bad Santa.
And he
Perfect.
does.
But, so when you sit there and you see the story, right, he's knocking over all the jack-o'-lanterns, and then he goes through his story with the candy getting poisoned, right? But then you later find out that the kids are looking for jack-o'-lanterns and they can't find any because somebody smashed them all. And because if somebody smashed them all, they can't get all the jack-o'-lanterns, which then causes them to stop at the house where the girl with the special needs girl was, and he basically tricks her or lied, whatever, to get the jack-o'-lanterns. If that fat kid hadn't knocked over all the fucking jack-o'-lanterns, they would have never had to talk to her and get her to come with them to do that shit. Because they even showed in a cutscene where the girl wasn't even supposed to be there. He stopped and talked to her, and he was trying, like, he talked to her only to get the jack-o'-lanterns. They had to invite her to come along in order to get the extra jack-o'-lanterns they needed for it. Now, if it's a plot hole, because then why were they going down there to scare? That's a different thing. But like those, like they really intertwined all those different aspects throughout in a crazy way. Because then you have the idea of if those kids never went down the quarry and got attacked, right? Those zombie kids would have never gotten out of there because they would have used the elevator that they were using. Now it's powered to go back up to then come out and go to the old man's house. Like it's really stacked with making sure like the story is really intertwined. But then, as Tony said, when you come to that much intertwining, the werewolves aren't intertwined nearly as much as everybody else.
Yeah.
So fun fact, and I'm reading this now. The transition of the werewolves was identical to Van Helsing's movie. And they
That
covered.
nobody saw.
Well, I don't know. You never seen Van Helsing? I've seen it. But
Is that the
they
Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
Yeah, never saw that.
I did.
really?
It's a great movie.
Is
So
it?
the werewolves do transition that way into the way that they did shed their skin and they were human form again. So, but they didn't cover that in Trick or Treat.
Huh.
That was one of my favorites. The vampires and the werewolves are just so nasty looking in that movie, man.
Yeah.
Like over the top. The Frankenstein monster was, I can't even take him for what he was. It was trash. It was like steampunk.
So we know which ones John like. We know what Joe liked. Tony, what's your favorite part of Trick or Treat?
He told you like 80 times.
I don't remember. Besides Anna Paquin.
That's his favorite part.
I can't all right, so the movie itself, I love it. I think it's a fantastic movie. They did a great job with it. I take it for what it is. I think I like the part where the bus driver is fighting Sam. I thought that was a cool scene because you really get to spend some time getting to know Sam for a minute. Like getting to see him and what have you. But I'm definitely going to say I like the principal with his son and how weird they made the kid.
That is definitely strange, right? Because like the way they shot it is like,
dude, I love when he's hanging out the window and he keeps interrupting his dad.
Go watch Charlie Brown.
Yeah, because Charlie Brown's an asshole. But it was just the way they wrote that dialogue, the way he just kept interrupting his dad, and his dad's trying to bury this fucking body, and then like the kid's hand comes up, and he like cuts the hand off or whatever, and beats him back down. What are you doing over there, Wilkins?
What are you doing? Burying bodies?
What is it? I got an NRA license in my back pocket or some shit.
I got a shotgun on above my fireplace. Fuck is that gonna do?
But I enjoyed that. I think he was a good character, and when the kid's sitting on the doorstep and he throws up the candy, I just thought it was a good character. He kind of the principal kind of became a punk though when he was in the streets and he bit the girl's neck, and you kind of start to see like how weak of a character he is.
Right.
And then you see him with the werewolves, and of course it's even fucking worse. But I just enjoyed. If they'd have left him with the son, that would have been fine for me. I didn't need to see him with the werewolf. I know they had to transition somewhere, but I didn't need to see him with the werewolves.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird. Of everything, that was one of the weirder trying to like almost like they had to force that crossover
Right.
because everybody else, the way they did it, seemed to flow so naturally. But yeah, like so he's the principal. He abducts children and kills them, but then he also goes on the streets and kills people in the streets and leaves them for dead.
Yeah, and I thought that was like a really dumb choice. I thought the characterization was good. I thought the actors were well cast, but why not have that vampire have been the kid that was standing in front of the woman's house when she was taking down the decorations? She felt somebody staring at her. It was the kid waiting on the curb with the white mask, right? And then he eventually gets in the car and drive away. You could have just had him be the person in the street, and then the person that was getting killed by the werewolf, and it would have tied it together the same way. You didn't need to force the principal into another scenario for no reason.
Because he would have been dead by the end of the night.
Kind of.
Where it began. It begins at the end of the night.
I think
and circles back.
I think if anything, they use that as the way for. If you realize everybody in the movie who did bad eventually got punished, right? So he's killing kids and people, so that they couldn't end the movie without him dying somehow, right? So the werewolves were his punishment. Whereas every other story, you're watching shit go down, right? So you're watching like the bullies are being bullies, they get killed by the zombie kids, right? Then you have the first woman. She's like, she's basically a Scrooge for Halloween. So she's doing bad. She's being a bitch. She gets killed for disrespecting the holiday. You then have the old man who was the bus driver. He fucking killed a bunch of kids, and he's being a dick on Halloween. So he gets his. Like everybody who was doing actual bad
twice
gets dealt with in some way. So I think that was the only way they could figure out how to have the teacher or the principal dealt with and get his punishment.
So
and I think that's why Sam was watching. He was like, well, you guys are taking care of this.
Or for the teacher? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. With the principal, yeah.
So would it be safe to say that Sam didn't follow one of the rules when he's fighting the guy and he tries to take a bite out of the candy bar that the old man had and it was poison?
No, the candy bar wasn't poisoned.
Yeah, the one candy bar he bites into, the guy had been putting poison into them. The old man?
He wasn't putting poison into them. He was being a dick to the kids and not giving them candy at all.
Yeah, the poison was the principal.
The principal was putting poison in the candy.
Hold on, you both said something. Hold on.
Go ahead, Weezy.
Wilkins, the principal, he was the one poisoning the candy.
I'm doing something.
The old man.
It's a pancake.
No, this. You said you got something chocolate for me?
Yeah, it's in the box. Really, right now?
The old man, he wasn't participating in Halloween.
And he was scaring kids off.
He was stealing the kids' candy that got scared off from his property. But that's also that there is an interesting thing though when it comes to that old man story, right? Because that is probably my favorite story, just because, like Tony said, you see Sam. Oh, you know what? Before I go to mine, Johnny, do you have a favorite from this movie?
I really love the story about the kids with the zombie kids.
Apparently Tim doesn't, so let's go at it because Tim is a hater, just like Psycho.
Fucking haters. No, I really like that sequence. How because of the chain of events that happens, they finally get to have their revenge.
Oh,
at the end.
That story, and that was another one. Like, I don't know. Because you get like what the story was based on what the girl says, right? what the urban legend of what the story was. But if you go by the story she was telling, was he there to actually kill the kids? Or was he poisoning the kids? Or was he really gonna like try and drive it off? Because in the story, one of the kids jumps in the front seat and fucking hits that bitch in a drive and drives it off the quarry.
It's really
I
that
think he
kid's
was
fucking
planning to
fault.
do that to begin with because they were all chained.
Right. But,
But
I'm
he,
saying, but
he
so
was training them, but he wasn't driving them into the water.
right. So that's what I'm saying. What was his purpose for going there? Was he gonna poison them and then have them die and maybe ditch their bodies in there?
I mean,
he was. I think he was gonna. They were chained up for a reason. I think he was gonna drive it into the ravine.
Yeah, without him being
How?
on the bus.
I thought he was just going to leave them there. I thought he was just going to leave them there chained up so they couldn't get away.
Because you'd think that if he
It
was
was
gonna leave,
abandoned.
well, because you would assume if he was gonna leave the bus there, right, it would be tied back to him. They'd be like, oh, where was the driver? Like it would be tied back to him somehow, unless the whole plan was to just disappear and never be seen again. But if the story the girl told us how it goes, the kid drove it off. So what would like he? Why would he stop, give them each candy, to then drive them off into the quarry? Like that wouldn't make sense. Like that seems like an
Well,
unnecessary.
why would he
step to
chain
do.
them up then?
Why would he even go to the quarry?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. What if maybe he was trying to
He
do
was
the
just a sick individual. Was like, here, have some candy, calm down, enjoy this, and then
Well, see, I was going off of what Tony was saying about him poisoning. Maybe he was poisoning the kids with the candy, and then he's just going to ditch the bodies in the quarry. That nobody was going to ask about where the bodies were because the parents paid him to do it, right? So nobody's going to be questioning where the kids went. But if the school loses a bus, they're going to be like, yo, where the fuck's the bus?
I must have some kind of Mandela effect going on in my brain because I remember Sam being in the house with the dude and he grabs a piece of candy that's poisoned and he bites. You guys are shaking your heads. So they're making up my brain. And he bites
he
it.
stole that candy from the kids.
So the
and he
old
scared
man,
away.
the old man's dog scared those 3 kids off the porch. He brings the candy bags in, and then he's eating the candy. So this.
So did that come from the principal? Because I remember Sam bites into a candy bar and he goes, "Arr." He makes like a upset noise.
I don't think
He bit
I got a
into it
theory
and
about that,
liked
but
it.
well,
Yeah.
that's my favorite story. We'll get into that in a second. I want to finish up with Johnny if he has anything else he wants to say about the zombie kids.
Nah, you can go into it.
Okay. So when I was watching it last night, it was interesting because the rules of Halloween, right? So you have Sam whooping this old man's ass. Sam takes a shotgun to the face. He takes a couple to the chest, and he gets up. And he's like destroying this old man. But then he goes to stab him with his lollipop. But he stabs him and it hits a candy bar. And then he eats the candy. And I take that as Buddy just paid the toll. Like, oh, you gave me candy. You did the rule. You've now participated in Halloween. Because he wasn't participating. Sam eats the candy and then fucking bails. Like, oh, cool, we're good, fam. Like, you participated. Now I'm off to go do something else. But then again, at the same time, I also feel that Sam left also knowing that the kids were going to come and let them get their payback. Like he was just like weakening them to the point where he would open the door when somebody knocked. Right? Because after Sam leaves, kids show up. He actually opens the door and gives them candy now because now he's participating in the holiday because he's scared of what just happened. Door closes. Next knocks, opens it up. It's the fucking zombie kids. He wouldn't have opened the door otherwise. He would have sent this dog out.
And doesn't Sam go across the street to kill the girl that's taking down Halloween in the first scene?
Sam's like standing across the street watching the old man participate in Halloween. Like, hey, I'm watching you. Good job. And then the bitch is like, I'm taking these shits down. And Sam's like, huh, I'm going to go kill that bitch now.
So Sam's not human, but he's in human form in the first 5 minutes of the movie when he's spying through the cracks when they're changing in the changing room. Is that intentional that they use the same actor that's portraying Sam, or it's just coincidental? It's the
I
same
think it's
actor?
just coincidental.
just
Put the kid in
coincidental.
it because they needed a kid.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know that was the same actor. So if that was meant to be something, that is a hell of a throw. I've never even knew it was the same kid.
I only knew it was when I went back and I'm like looking at some of the actors and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like that was the same kid. He was wearing a teddy bear costume or something. And I'm like, yeah, that's and then sure enough it was, but I didn't know he portrayed as Sam or as a human form of Sam.
But the one kid that the one part of the story, because like everybody's story is pretty, I can say fleshed out, but you see like everything that kind of leads up to everybody's individual story, right? You see all the people who did bad, all this and that. The one person that we don't have an actual story for, or any reasoning, or who he was, is the kid that the principal buries in the backyard. Like,
Well, he killed him on the doorstep.
it's not the same kid.
Yeah, it is. The kid buried
Yeah,
in the
it's the
ground.
kid. It's the kid
No.
that he drags through the house. Yeah.
No, it's not. So
No,
here's what
the
happens.
cop-
He
lost his head.
he kills the kid, right? Or he doesn't even, he poisons the kid. The kid's still throwing up when he drives him through the house. He cuts that kid's head off, and they're using it as a jack-o'-lantern. That kid is wearing like a yellow t-shirt and jeans, or orange t-shirt and jeans. He goes into the fucking grave that he's digging. When Wilkins or the neighbor comes out, he's like, Wilkins, what are you doing? Burying a body. The kid's moving, and he starts beating it with the
And
shovel
yelping.
and stomping
Right.
on him.
Yeah, but
when
I
he-
thought he chopped his head with the shovel or something and
Oh,
brought it back in.
The kid picks his arm up to try and grab him.
Right,
The
he
kid's
cuts the
wearing like
hand
a
off.
clown costume. He's got like rainbows on his arms. Like he's wearing a clown costume.
Why is this whole movie becoming different all of a sudden?
Yeah, not the same.
Told you, I
yeah,
watched
not-
it a little with more intent last night to really pick up on the things.
Hmm.
Psycho took notes. I paid attention. Like,
Yeah, because his head was completely cut off. So
there's two bodies in the grave. It's safe to say the first body is the fat kid with his head cut off.
It says right here, the kid buried in Trick or Treat is Charlie, the fat kid, poisoned by cyanide candy, whose head is later carved into a jack-o'-lantern.
Continue reading.
He's not the same child that Sam raises from the dead?
Okay, so here, then ask this question. Who's the kid wearing the clown costume in the grave that Wilkinson buried? Because apparently there's a scene that people have talked about where you actually see Wilkinson wearing a clown costume also abducting a child, but it's never like I can't find that scene anywhere.
This doesn't make sense. It said... So it's two different things. Movie mistakes, that's why. Can't choose a prince, one of those kids who was a clown costume. You can see the short pants sticking out.
Read out loud for everybody, Tony. It's a podcast.
Sorry, I was reading. Shut up for a minute.
No,
it's
it's
two
bad
different
for the
places.
podcast.
The top thing says the clown costume that was buried in Trick or Treat belongs to Sam, which we know isn't true. And then on Reddit, it says the clown shoes and pants. One of the kids was in a clown costume. You can see the shoes and pants sticking out of the bag.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anything beyond that, but it says it's not. It says it's the fat kid.
It's definitely
So-
not the fat kid.
Wikipedia says he was burying Charlie in the backyard along with the body of another victim, but he's constantly interrupted. But then there's a link to Reddit, and Reddit says he can't be burying the fat kid because he is struggling, and the kid's arm reached out, and he was dressed as a clown.
Exactly.
I-
Fucking kid was a clown. So I want to see the story where he abducted that fucking kid. Like,
But
that-
to Tony's point, it might be a continuity issue. Maybe they went that route and for filming, and then they broke it when Charlie was dressed as a normal kid. I don't know.
could have been an entire deleted scene, but it just
Oh, yeah.
maybe didn't fit.
like
or
if you get
make
the
sense.
DVD or the Blu-ray, they have like extra scenes, and they show the scene with Wilkins when he gets interrupted by the kids trick-or-treating. Like there's a longer scene to it, but that kid in the clown costume is never.
Ah.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm trying to picture what the clown costume. If it's just an Easter egg, if you find out like it's the same type of clown costume that the kid wears in the first Halloween movie, just like as an Easter egg.
You mean the fourth?
Is the fourth one they show him as Michael Myers as a child dressed up as a clown?
Oh, I'm talking about what's her name? Danielle Harris.
No. But like that's the only one because like everybody else, every other person you see
She
get killed, like, huh?
She wears a clown costume.
Oh, okay. I don't. Sure. But so like everybody you see in that movie, characters, whatever, they get killed. Like everybody, you kind of see their story, what led up to that. That's the only thing. That kid, you see nothing. He's just a dead body. Nothing. No. No. I thought it was interesting.
Anybody
So,
get an ICP feel since they carved that kid's head?
Chase?
Nobody?
What? No.
All right, never mind. All right, move on. All right.
But all right, so that story though with Wilkins and his son, like you were saying, Tony, like how creepy that like relationship they built was, where the kid's like interrupting his dad the whole time, and obviously they built it up to make it seem like his dad was gonna kill him. Like the dad's like, yo, like he's getting ready to murder his own kid, and then you see that the kid's just a psychopath too. He's raising one of his own, but at first I thought that's where it was going, and obviously it was a red herring or whatever. They're doing that on purpose. But that was definitely a very strange relationship. And then the kid sitting on the stairs later, dressed like his father.
And his dad's dead.
Yeah, his dad's now dead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
That's
matter.
wild.
So, since we know what people liked, and we know what Psycho liked and doesn't like, what do you guys not like about it? Like, what's the flaw that really bothers you about that movie?
Probably that we don't get a good boob
Did he
shot
shot
of Anna Paquin.
I get it. I feel like if Anne Paquin wasn't in this movie, Tony would not care about it. I feel.
No, I just like the fact that she is in it, and I like her character, and I just wish we got a little nip slip.
What about you guys, Johnny? What don't you like about this movie?
I mean, for the most part, it's mostly this now. At this point, it's nitpicking because I really enjoyed the entire film itself. I think I would have loved to see more like the aftermath of that little kid. I mean, because he's pretty much a tiny psycho at this point,
So, thinking of that, we've discussed before about if they like did a sequel to Trick or Treat. Like I said, like I don't want to see like a continuation of the werewolf story. Like we've seen it, we don't need to see more of it. The zombie kids. The only one I would be fine with seeing more of would be the son, to see where his story goes. Because that's the only one that makes sense to have like a continuation of a story. Because
like
there's
a
more
serial
to
killer in
build
training.
there. Right? Because like the old man next door, he's probably dead by now. Who gives a shit what happened to the boyfriend across the street or the husband after his wife got killed in the street while he was watching porn? Like those stories don't matter. But the kid who's being raised as a psycho, if they did a sequel, I wouldn't mind seeing that story picked up.
Yeah.
What almost 20 years later, what he's now, his psychoness is doing.
So, do you think they would tie in Rhonda, the witch girl?
I mean, they could, but I wouldn't want like. I don't think there'd be a reason to.
Because there's nobody else you could really tie in. I mean,
You don't need to, right? You could just have him and a bunch of new stories, but like he's the only one that I'd be like, all right, I don't mind seeing him again because it's an interesting way because you don't know anything about the kid except that he was a psycho and he was annoying his father, right? Like you can see where his story goes and where it eventually meets its end. Because like Rhonda was a good person, she doesn't need to meet an end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Joe, is there anything you didn't like about this movie?
I think it was a good campy movie, but I don't think it was really a horror movie or it borderline gore, but I feel it was more like a campy movie. Trying to just I don't know, cash in on the whole Halloween bit, but I enjoyed the movie. It's one that I'd absolutely watch again because I like campy movies. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see that because like it's not like when you. It depends on what people when you think of horror, what you think of. So some people think of horror, they think of the Jason, the Freddy's. That's horror. Then you have people who like only supernatural horror. Uh, Trick or Treat definitely is more on the like you said the campy, not like the straight comedic campy side.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't take itself serious and it has fun with what they have. Like they weren't trying to like break any records or set like a new standard. They just set out to make an entertaining movie
Yeah.
that I think they nailed. No problem.
Exactly.
I think it's a great movie. I don't know if campy's the word. I get what he's saying. But I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
I get what he's saying with campy because I mean you could take any single one of those stories and make it a campfire story, you know,
Yeah.
and it works standalone. Each one of
Oh,
those.
is
works.
that what we mean by campy?
It's more of like, you know, you're not judging the movie by good or bad qualities. You just like, here's your story, run with it type, you know, and it'll
It
be
could be any-
appealing because of that. You
It'd be
know?
one of two ways. So it could be, well, exactly. And the only thing Tim's ever said is constructive. So it would be like dark comedy, right? So it's just bad enough to be kind of funny, but still entertaining, as opposed to just being, to Johnny's point, campy it was campfire stories. So
Yeah.
what was like something you could tell that was a campfire story? That was like, those were campy. That's where the term campy for horror came from. Campy wasn't always comedic.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street's
okay, fair.
campy. Jason's campy. I would say
Literally.
Myers is not campy. Myers is more like a horror. Psycho is a horror. You know, that type. That it just there's a fine line of you know, maybe the over exaggerated is campy. I don't know.
No, that's fair. It's like I didn't realize that's where like the whole idea of campy came from. Because when I think campy, I'm thinking like much more comedic and over the top. Like I can't even like
That's
I
true.
can't even say like not like scary movie because scary movie's comedy, right? That has
That's a
horror
comedy.
aspects. But one I would call campy would be like especially the later Tremors movies. Like they get real campy, real comedic, but
100%.
they're trying to be. But yeah, like that's what I would consider campy. But to see that that's what the campy actually that makes more sense then.
You know, I don't know that I've ever seen Tremors.
Really?
What?
With Kevin Bacon,
Yeah.
All right.
the first one I love the first one. The second one's not bad. After that,
It just goes sideways at that point. It's like Sharknado all over again.
it's like you
Well,
have these
so-
giant worms. And the second one, they kind of grow legs, so you get like a different version with legs. And the
Yeah.
third one, they start flying, called ass blasters. Then after that, they go to the snow. It gets fucking weird.
Yeah, it goes
So-
weird.
It's weird. You got like Kevin Bacon. You guys said that, and immediately I thought of the one movie where he
Watch him describe Tremors.
what is it?
I said, watch you describe
No.
Tremors.
What's the one? Stir of Echoes.
Is that where he goes invisible?
No.
No. Stir of Echoes was he. I'm gonna give away the movie, so it is what it is. I'm sorry, but
Probably 30 years old. So it's
well, so he basically, I think, don't quote me. I think his girlfriend has somebody over and they do like some psychic bullshit or whatever. I don't remember, a seance or whatever. He doesn't believe in any of it. But then all of a sudden he starts getting visions about this girl and she's haunting him like in the house and his brain and everything. And he starts losing his fucking mind and he tries to find out what happened to this girl. And then eventually finds out that she was cemented into the fucking wall of the house.
Yeah.
And so her spirit was locked in the home. And eventually, like, he solves the mystery and finds her and sets her spirit free. But
that shit happens.
you know what's fucked up? I'm sure that has actually happened because that is not the first movie that depicts something like that. And they did it in oh my fucking god, Monster House. You ever see that animated movie Monster House? The same idea
Yes.
where the wife died and he just put the concrete over her or whatever.
Yeah.
So her soul was in the house. There's something else too beyond that. I can't remember what, but
down in Miami, some guy like laid cement and built like this giant like brick for like barbecuing, and his wife was cemented inside it. Like It happens. Bodies just happen to fall in the cement sometimes. Oh, well.
Cement in the walls, yeah.
So, Psycho, you've been quiet. I want to give you. What was the most hated thing about this movie? The
He's
most hated
dissecting
thing.
us.
Like,
You know, I don't know that I
think I
cared.
kind of like it.
No, I mean, I don't think that I cared enough to hate anything. Right?
Damn.
That's fucked up.
I think that the movie was incredibly derivative. I think that other than the girls turning into werewolves, everything was completely foreshadowed. There really wasn't. So the only things that surprised me were the principal being the vampire, and then the girls turning into werewolves. I kind of expected the girls to turn into vampires, not werewolves. So the werewolves thing surprised me. The principal showing back up, being the vampire, and then dying surprised me. But overall, I saw what they were going for. I liked the anthology aspect of it, but I didn't like how they kept making it about rules. But then the movie didn't follow its own rules anyway, right? So don't mistreat people, right? But we never got any justification for why the werewolf girls picked the certain people that they picked who weren't doing anything, right? So the werewolf, the one girl picks the guy at the register. But what did he do that made him deserving of being ripped apart? Then the other two girls picked the two news guys who are just doing their job. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not, and hey, we need dates. What did they do wrong? If
There's no relevance there.
If you're going to tell us that there's rules that have to be followed, and then you're going to specifically show us that people who break those rules or don't follow those rules get punished, you can't also punish people and not show us why.
So,
right?
With that, just I know you got more, so I'll let you go through your different things. But with that one, right, you're not looking at why those people are being punished. The people that you're seeing being punished are the people who've done the bad, right? Those are the ones that the story's focused on, the movie's focused on. Those guys were just cannon fodder, right?
True, right? But then, where's the comeuppance for the werewolves? So if we're not paying attention to the guys that get killed because they're cannon fodder, cool. But if you don't show me that those guys that got killed had done something bad and were deserving a violent death like that, then where is the comeuppance? Where is the response? Where is the punishment for the werewolves who are picking people indiscriminately? Right?
I think you're looking too far into that, right?
No, I want the movie to follow its goddamn rules.
So again,
I'm not looking too far into it.
Okay, you're looking too far into it because
Gatorade this morning.
Because you got to remember, the girls that you see pick up the guys, all the sisters, they're not the focus of the story, right? The focus of the story is Anne Paquin.
Yeah, they're all white.
No, they're not.
They weren't, but okay.
At all.
Sisters, nobody. All right.
I mean, there was, but so
I know,
Anne Paquin is the only one that the story's focused on, right? The other girls are just supporting characters to go along with the fact that she's being her first time being blooded in, whatever the hell they want to call it, but it's her first time doing this.
Her vampire.
That's why the story's focused on her, and you see her story where it is about the rule of what he's been doing, and she's the punishment for him, right?
Yep.
So you see that play out. The other girls are just there as cannon fodder. Essentially, the guys that get killed are the kid in the clown costume that Wilkinson. At least you see they're a little bit who they are. But the reason they were picked, the only reason they're picked, and it's just because they were guys, is that they were easy targets that they knew would go along with them.
They're just victims.
Huh?
Yeah, but call it what it is. They're just victims in the movie.
Yeah, they're just like I said, they're just cannon fodder. There's no because you even see did they show that part in the movie? Because there's a scene, and it may have been in the bonus features where they show the girls are like, oh, let's go with those guys. Like, oh no, those are frat boys. We're gonna have a problem. There's too many of them. Oh, let's go for these. Like, oh no, not those guys. It's this reason, that reason.
That's an extra.
Oh,
yeah.
they're like, oh, what about the news guys? Like, bingo. And then they just go for it because they're not there with anybody, and there's only two of them. It's not a bunch that's gonna cause issue. Like I said, they're just like they're just there. They're innocent victims, but they don't have anything to do with the actual story you're watching. They're just the background that doesn't matter. So the rules don't necessarily have to go. Now, if you want to say why doesn't Sam kill those bitches for doing that, they're technically not breaking the rules. And if you want to go with what the rules are, the news guys aren't wearing costumes. Done, right? So that's their reason. There's no costumes. And then what? The other guy was what? He was working. So we had like one Elfie around or something. So okay, maybe we don't have a reason why he deserved it, but
You mean
like,
fucking
I
dildo
think
bagging?
expecting the background characters to be following all the rules is a little too much. You need to expect like, oh, everybody on the street who didn't follow the rules needed to die if this movie wanted to live to the rules. Like that's a little
You're
too far to have to focus on the rules besides the main characters.
Yeah, but like, so there's a main character in each of the segments, right? And then there's background characters in each of the segments that you don't know anything about. So the guys in the background who you don't even know how they got there, they weren't chosen on screen that you could see. There's just because there's also more werewolves there that are killing people than the ones that you saw. Those characters don't matter. But to claim that the supporting characters who support, like who directly interact with the main character are unimportant, I think is disingenuous, right? Like, you can't say they're just background characters at that point because they have speaking parts. They are protagonists.
So if you want to say that only if you want to get this deep into it, fine. But the only one that you could say would be any reason to be a character that would be like, oh, of somewhat importance versus all the others would be her sister.
Yeah.
Because the other two girls that are talking, they don't mean shit. You get rid of them, the movie does not change. There's no story does not change. Nothing changes. They're useless bullshit characters. The sister, you can say, oh yeah, you know, she's the one who's pushing Anne to do this and that, so she pushed Anna Paquin to do what she does, right? But like I said, they're not the story. They're not the ones you have to worry about in the story because the stories are Anne Paquin, the principal, the fat kid. Like those are your focuses. That's why those are who have to follow the rules in this story because that's who you're following. Everybody in the background doesn't fucking matter. Secondary characters don't matter.
I mean, I thought that there were a lot of dumb things. Like, so for example, the principal's burying the body. The body's not dead, right? The dog starts barking. Cool. And then with this giant fucking shovel spade, he's able to cut off one fucking finger. Really? Right? Like this giant shovel spade in the dark, no real light to speak of, but he's able to sever one finger, right? And throw it to the dog. Right.
I mean, to be fair, you're assuming he severed one finger. He could have severed 4 fingers. He just picked up 1 finger. To be fair, I get your point, but to be fair, he could have severed a fucking hand or taken off, you know, this row, and he's like, oh, here's 1 finger. Shut up, dog. No? Like, I feel like. Am I wrong? There's a cat behind Tony, like always. Do you have anything else there, Psycho?
I mean, so
grinding your gears.
Like I said, I thought overall that the movie was mediocre. I don't know that I will ever watch it again. I didn't think that there was anything in it that made it as interesting as you guys made it out to be before I watched it. Most of it, as I said, was pretty predictable, just like most horror movies, which is part of the reason I don't watch them. 2 things surprised me. As I said, the principal being the vampire or pseudo vampire or whatever you want to call it, and the girls not being vampires, but instead being werewolves. But I mean, I will tell you something that I wrote down about the movie that I liked, that I thought was done well. I thought overall the best thing about the movie was the symbolism of the way Halloween is perceived and kind of lived for different age ranges.
Okay.
Right. Like I thought that was well done. I thought that was very interesting. Right. So you have like the teenagers going to the graveyard and trying to scare people. You have the college age kids planning a party to get kind of wasted and debaucherous, and like you have all these different things going on. The way that adults view Halloween, like the old man is kind of the way adults view Halloween, right? And so like in that respect, I thought that the use of symbolism in the movie to show the usage or the importance, right, of Halloween from different age groups and how it changes from group to group was interesting. But again, like I told you from the beginning, and I know that you're like, oh, you're just gonna hate on it for no reason. It's like, one, I don't like horror movies, which is why I didn't want to do this movie. I went into it trying to give it an opportunity because the two of you said it was very good, and
we loved it. We loved it,
and you know, I was very interested in the anthology view of it, but overall, I didn't think that it did anything spectacularly. I didn't think that it was worth the like hour and a half that I invested in it. If I had been able to watch it on my phone and do like double speed, I feel I would not have missed anything by losing out on the
God damn,
delivery of the lines.
That's
right.
No, but you know what? I'll take it because you said it's mediocre. So you didn't say it sucked. You didn't say it was trash. It was mediocre. I'll take that.
No, I mean it didn't suck, and it wasn't like I said. The casting was really good. The acting was good, right? Like the symbolism was good, but overall, the movie, I don't see what the appeal is of it. I don't see why people think it's this great thing. I mean, here's a hot take that I'm going to be roasted for forever. But if we're talking about Halloween movies, I would say that Ernest Scared Stupid better than Trick or Treat.
Whoa.
Hocus Pocus better than Trick or Treat, right? Like it is what it is.
You've gone over the line because I just watched Hocus Pocus the other night, and I will tell you this: Hocus Pocus fucking sucks.
It's a better Halloween movie.
Fuck no.
Oh shit.
At least listen. At least the rules that are given to you in Hocus Pocus are followed by everybody. They're not. They don't cherry pick the rules and who's got to follow them and who doesn't have to follow them.
You're, like to go after the rules still is like you're just trying to find like there's no reason to go after the rules.
The movie's built on rules.
The main characters is the point. The main characters. You're focused. It's like Chris. We're talking this podcast, but I can't stop looking at the titties on this. Where the fuck is I can't point at it. On that April, you're like, I can't stop looking at them titties. That's background characters. Don't pay attention to the titties. Pay attention to what's going on in the cast, right? So, but in this movie, there's one part.
That's a bad analogy because every time you're on screen, all I look at is the titties in the background.
I bet nobody who's been watching this has ever noticed that there's titties right there.
I didn't even notice that. No.
So, YouTube all this time.
So, one thing that's really that I loved about this movie, it was probably one of my favorite moments from this movie, is when the kids are looking for the pumpkins, right? They're trick or treating looking for pumpkins. They go to their, I think it's a teacher. They go to the teacher's house, and she's having like a party, and she's trying to give them alcohol and shit. And she's like, "Oh, don't tell nobody. You know, I'm cool like that." And they're like, when they're walking away, the young kid, the young boy, he's like, "I don't know what that was, but so and so was dressed like a hot dog, butt fucking a pig."
Yep.
Like, what made me think of it right now was where Psycho was mentioning how like they show the different age range of how they celebrate Halloween. And there is a group of adults that celebrate Halloween where they just go crazy at parties like that. And the kids got a taste of some of that insanity that these adults, that fucking, I just love that scene. Like, butt fucking a pig. Fucking hilarious. Fucking, and then they show a scene later. Oh, it's not even, it's a cutout scene where they're talking about what they got. And like, what'd you get? And they're like, car keys. They name like condom. They're like, oh, there's something they're just having an orgy. Like, or what we get that doesn't pertain to orgies. Like, oh man. So I respect your dislike. Like I said, I do I'll take it as a win though, because you didn't, I thought you were gonna come on here and really just like hate on it the way I hate on Star Wars. So I'll take it as a
not to troll people.
No. anything I troll people with about Star Wars, I feel deep in my heart. If I troll somebody about Star Wars, it's because I really feel that, and I just know it's going to piss them off to hear my truth. I can't help that. That's why Corinne won't talk to me about Star Wars.
That's about it.
So I think we should be bringing this to a wrap, but I wanted to quickly go over our next episode of Collector's Hideout Watches, which is what I'm calling this, because we watched the movie, we talk about it. Psycho, he was supposed to pick this one, and we trumped it with the idea of Trick or Treat, because Halloween, it just kind of makes sense. But his original pick is going to be the movie we watch in November, and Tony's not going to like that we're going to do it, but we're going to do it since Psycho sat through Trick or Treat, which he did not want to do. We're going to bite the bullet and do one that he picked, Tony. We're doing Mario Brothers.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
Joe's down.
I love Mario Brothers. I mean, not for a Mario Brothers movie, but I love that movie.
So we're going to do Mario. Our next one, I don't know the exact date yet, but it'll be about a month from now. So towards the end, it'll be before Thanksgiving, because after Thanksgiving, I'm going on vacation. So it'll be before Thanksgiving. We'll all be busy on Thanksgiving, I assume, because that is Thursday, technically. But it'll probably, that'll be a couple weeks in. It'll probably be the week before Thanksgiving. We're going to watch Mario Brothers, and we're going to discuss that, what I fondly remember as a travesty. So, and I will do my best to not hate just to hate. I will do, because, Jesus, that movie is...
Psycho, you liked it, Mario Brothers?
I mean, I haven't seen the movie probably in a good 25, 30 years. I remember as a kid when I watched it, I was like, what is happening here? And I remember the only thing I really genuinely liked about the movie were the costumes for Mario and Luigi, which I thought were cool at the time. And I just kind of want to watch it again and see what I think, see if there's anything redeeming about it, see, what there is. Because like I said, it's been a long time.
So it's probably been about the same since I've seen Mario Brothers.
Bless you.
I've seen people, like, they'll pop up like little clips here and there on Facebook once in a while where somebody like posts like something like, oh, and I said like, damn, that was like, what the fuck was I watching? Because that is wow. So I am kind of curious to actually watch it in full and really give it a shot and see how my adult brain takes Mario Brothers.
It's one of those movies I've been wanting to buy for a while, and I never actually buy it. And then they had a couple of years ago this company that makes movies like that, and they put out like a Trust the Fungus edition. It was $100, and I was very close to buying it, and I didn't.
I don't think it's worth $100.
No, and that's why I didn't buy it. But like, it came with a book, it came with all these decals, it came with all this stuff, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
So that's gonna be our November. I've already picked what our December movie is gonna be. Unless you guys want to trump it and try and say we should do something Christmassy because it's Christmas season.
Krampus?
If you guys want to trumpet, I'm down. You can trumpet. We can go. You are my coz. But I feel like December we should just say fuck it and do Mars Attacks.
Dude, I think left field. I was going to say Krampus.
I think a Christmas movie would be apt, right? Like, we did a Halloween movie. We should cover the major holidays with films if we're going to do one.
I mean, I'm down. We can discuss that. If anybody wants to throw anything in the chat and throw out ideas for Christmas ones for December. Krampus, I'm not against doing Krampus, Tony, but we just made John sit through fucking Trick or Treat. I don't feel like make him sit through Krampus, and
3 people want to see Krampus.
I did not type that, bro.
So, yeah, I don't want to make John sit through Krampus because he just sat through
the Santa Claus?
For us. Tim Allen's Santa Claus?
How about A Christmas Story?
Or how about Jingle All the Way?
Bad Santa.
Die Hard.
Oh, there you go.
Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, fucking Turbo Man.
Is that
need
a
the
real
Turbo
movie?
Man
Because apparently
down.
everything Sinbad's in is fake. So is that real?
Turbo Man.
Is that the Arnold Schwarzenegger one where he's
Yeah.
looking for the toy?
Yeah.
All right.
Put the cookies down.
He's got 2 of them.
And at the end, he's like, I don't need Turbo Man, Dad. I've got the real one.
Fucking kill that kid. All right. I mean, I'm not against doing Jingle All the Way. I could support that. I
mean,
honestly thought when Psycho was like, "Oh, if we're gonna do it, we could do." I thought he was gonna say Christmas Vacation because that's what I thought he was gonna go.
Christmas Vacation is fun too. Like,
But I guess the problem I would have with like Christmas Vacation is that is a movie that I do watch every year and a couple times a year, right? Jingle All the Way, I haven't seen since I was a kid.
That's got a good. Actually, that's very. I think that's a good even point there. And now, isn't what's her name in it? Isn't the mom? And I could be wrong. Is the mom Jamie Lee Curtis?
no.
No,
The
that's
mom is,
liar, 3 lies.
Like, isn't the mom Tom Hanks's wife in real life? Isn't it Rita Wilson? That's the mom in that movie.
No idea.
No,
I don't remember there being a mom in that movie. So
Yeah, she's the one that's like, "Did you get the toy?"
okay, I imagine that scene exists because it seems like a logical scene for a movie
God,
about what it's about.
1986.
But I just, like I said, I don't recall it. I
Yeah,
haven't
Rita
seen it since I was
Wilson.
a
He's
kid.
right. He's right. Rita Wilson.
No.
All right, so we'll do Jingle All the Way then.
I love how Phil Hartman and Sinbad are in so many fucking terrible movies together.
Oh, Phil Hartman.
I love how the Big Show is in that movie.
That's
God,
a weird thing to love.
House
I
guest.
mean, it's hilarious.
That's a weird thing to love. House. Oh, was Phil Hartman also in Shazam?
Shazam, you douche.
I've watched Shazam.
Yeah, I bet you did. All right, so if Shazam was real, I feel like the only person I know who would actually have a real copy of it would be Joe. And the fact that Joe doesn't have a copy of it confirms that shit's not real.
I absolutely watched it, but I don't have a copy of it. I 100%
Watch
watched
that
it.
goddamn movie.
You got two.
Fucking fake ass movie. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's Shazam because Sinbad did a TV appearance where he dressed like an Arabian pirate or some shit for the Sinbad cartoon where he was like dressed like that." Like they were like, "Oh, that was Shazam. That was not Shazam." All right, cool.
No, dude, I
So-
remember seeing that movie.
You did not see that goddamn
Yes.
movie.
I'm telling you, god damn it.
You've never seen that movie. Fucking lying ass. Fucking. All right. So
You know what?
Oh God.
You know what? You just sit over there, keep drinking your Lucky Charms. All right.
Wow.
Telling me I didn't see this fucking movie.
Woo, bitch.
that's fucked up. You've never seen Shazam. Stop thinking all black men look alike. That's fucked up.
No, I just think all gingers do.
I mean, we kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
we
you're
don't,
probably
'cause I
in
look
on the whole
nothing
thing.
like that fucking Ed Sheeran guy. So we don't
Ginger
all
beats
look alike.
Ambrose.
So, all right. So that's decided then. Mario Brothers
Good.
November, Jingle All the Way December. Tony, you got to plug anything?
No,
Every
man,
time.
I'm really that was it. That's the one Psycho of all things.
Dude,
No, man, I'm good. I had a good time. I still think he's absolutely wrong, and Mega Man 6 will go ahead and solidify everything. So we shall get to that point. But for the Shellhead world, no capes, motherfuckers. We'll see you this weekend at the Florida Toy Shows.
Speaking to that, next week's episode of Collector's Hideout, I feel we can get away with, if I can get Victor on, we can get away with the Mega Man Battle video
I'm
game.
Fucking
episode.
in
Oh,
so
shit.
bad.
You can do that? Psycho, set that up. Talk to Victor, set that up.
Hey,
All
man,
right.
strap in and strap on, motherfuckers. I'm in.
I mean, the only other person here who plugs anything is Johnny. Johnny, you got something to plug?
You know,
Yeah, but she's probably sleeping, man. It's like 10:30.
Wow.
Excuse me.
all right,
Good.
Tony, I'm gonna see you this weekend. Well, no, we'll be at Tampa this weekend for Toy Extravaganza. Then we got Ocala and of course South Carolina for Retro Toy Con. So we're keeping pretty busy. Of course, we still got raffle tickets on sale. So someone's gonna win a Metroplex or a Cat Slayer. $20.
How long
a
is that
ticket.
raffle going on till?
It's going on until all those tickets sell out.
2027.
Exactly. There you go.
Where in
It's gonna go
Ocala?
on as long as it needs to.
Where in Ocala is the show?
Right off 200.
That's that same hotel from the last one.
Okay.
I don't
You know-
remember the name of the hotel.
John, do you know where 75 and 200 meet?
Yeah.
As soon as you get off 75 onto 200, make your like second right by the Chili's,
Okay.
and it's all the way in the back.
Okay.
But when's that show? Because the show this weekend's Tampa.
Yeah,
It's
the
like
next
the
show
s-
is on the 16th.
Yeah,
It's a Sunday.
it's like
Because-
2 weeks after that.
No, are you sure that's Ocala?
Yes.
Because he's got a show this weekend in Tampa.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know the dates off the top of my head, but I know the show after that is Boca or like Green Acres.
And it might be, but the 16th he has in Ocala.
Don't say that might be the weekend after. I don't know. I can't see a calendar to know which dates are, but I know this weekend's Tampa. Then the next show after that's supposed to be Green Acres.
So first
West
and
Palm.
second are Tampa. The 8th and 9th, he is somewhere else, which I assume is Boca.
Green
And
Acres,
then
yeah.
the 15th or the 16th, which is only a Sunday, is Ocala. And then
Okay.
Johnny and I I'm with Johnny at all the next 3 shows. We have the weekend of the 21st is RetroCon in Carolina.
All right. So I'm going out to the show this weekend at some point to check it out and be there.
Yeah, pick up
I'm
your
working
stuff.
Saturday for a while, so I'll probably go right after work type of thing. I was thinking about a buddy of mine's going out to the one over in Green Acres. I was thinking about going there. Probably not. But I might go up to the Ocala one. It's on a Sunday. I might.
It's small. I'll tell you right now, it's very small.
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, the last one had good foot traffic. For
Oh,
being
so
a
the
small
show this
busy.
weekend, though. The show this weekend. Is this the show where he's like only doing like sealed stuff, no loosies?
No. That's in November.
No, that's in.
That is
I
November.
thought it was December.
Or December. I'm sorry, you're right. That's
Okay.
the last weekend before Christmas, the 22nd, 21st or something.
All right, cool. Because I don't want to go to that one. All right.
I may be doing that Dirty South meetup, the GI Joe show. Maybe. I was talking to the guy. If on the list, if someone drops out, he said, he'll hit me up. But that may be the last show of the year that we do. If
Dirty South
we can
meetup.
squeeze in on that.
That sounds very no limit of you. Cool.
Huh.
All right. Joe, you got anything to plug? Are you plugging?
I'm plugged. I'm always plugged. No, I'm good.
Doesn't Jamie Lee Curtis like sell yogurt for that? Like you can fix that. It's Psycho. You got anything to plug?
No.
No.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say something, but I don't. I'll just say no.
The sigh that came out, he was like,
Just say it. Say it. I'm curious now.
no.
I am curious too.
No.
I feel like he was going to try and burn me. So, all right. Well, then if that's the case, then we are out of here. Thanks, guys, for coming, watching. I hope more people enjoyed it. Tim was here. We got 3 people watching still. Don't know who's still watching, but thank you. You should have came earlier.
Thank you guys.
We had a great time. And on that, we'll see you next week on Drinks and Toys, talking shit about stuff, and then Collector's Hideout on Thursday.
Cool.
See you guys later. Oh, stop. It still records even though we're stopped.